My boss wanted me to dress for him. This was years ago, but it still makes me giggle. When I was 19, I got my first real office job. We weren't customer facing, so everyone dressed really casually, jeans, tennis shoes, t-shirts. One day my boss called me in to talk to me about dress code. He said that he'd like his assistant to wear business attire like they do at the corporate office. I asked what that is, and he said like little dresses with jackets. I felt icky, but I didn't fully understand why for years. That night my boyfriend, now my husband, took me to the store and I bought 5 outfits that exactly matched my boss's attire. Old man jeans, cotton button-up shirts and loafers. That's what I wore until I left the company. He couldn't say a dang thing, and he never talked to me about dress code again. I now realize that it ruined his little fantasy, and it makes me proud of my young self. Edit well, this has been quite a day for my first post ever. I'm so glad my son talked me into Reddit because I've had the liveliest conversations with so many people today. For an extrovert, this is a dream come true. I love all of you. I've seen some really beautiful thoughts here, and it's really made me feel better about sharing the world today. Take care of each other, share your strengths, and be as weird as you really are. And if I write a book, it will be called Malicious Compliance by FU. Patience. Should you ever see it on a bookshelf, know it's dedicated to you.
Now to the comments. Ahahaha, I would probably have gone the other way and bought ugly, out of style dresses and granny cardigans. I like your style better, seems comfier.
Yes, go for the old granny librarian look, I love it, hahaha. Or 18th century calico dresses, floor length, up to the neck and sleeves to the wrists. Edit, 19th century, not 18th.
OP replied. I love all these ideas. I can't remember why I went that way. Maybe it was because his style wasn't anything amazing and I was offended that I was being talked to. So perhaps it was a sprinkle of mocking. I hope anyone who reads this and comes up against it, finds a creative way to do their own little rebellion. Loved how the BF came in with the assist. He knew what was up and helped you come back with a bat.
OP replied. He was a supportive partner to my ideas then, and he's still along for the ride 20-some years later. He lets me be me no matter how crazy I am.
He lets me be me no matter how crazy I am. You should marry him. I just imagine you as a tiny mini-me version of him following his every footstep in the office.
Complete with your head shaved into male pattern baldness.
My boss told me to wear makeup to help me look better. LOL, who says sexism is dead. I wish I had the balls to wear solid blocks of unblended red eyeshadow with no mascara/eyeliner just to duck with him, but I'm a little too insecure for that.
OP replied. I'm seeing Mimi from the Drew Carey show. I mean, if you're not used to wearing makeup, you'd probably be pretty bad at it, right? My daughter has this really scary psychopath smile she does if someone tells her to smile because she's prettier that way. Maybe something more temporary like that could work for you. But whatever you do, do you. Loud and proud.
I think the real problem is that I'm good at makeup and I wear it about half of the time. So, the girls who never wear makeup don't get comments like this, but the ones like me who go all out, lashes, eyeshadow, contour, the whole shebang, or do a simple brow/eyeliner/concealer, and then the other half of the time wear no makeup with glasses get singled out. It's dumb because everyone is just as beautiful with makeup as without, and only idiots think women have to wear makeup to look beautiful. My boss was also super sexist, so I quit. When I gave my 2 weeks and he asked, "Oh, can you work Thanksgiving?" I said, "No, sorry." He replied, "Sorry doesn't help me," and it took everything in my body not to say, "Oh, then maybe some makeup would help you." And that's the moment you realize his fetish is actually for jeans, shirts, and loafers, and you walked right into his trap.
OP replied. Haha. I could have called it wrong and it would have backfired badly. IDK if he was capable of that level of manipulation though. He wasn't even great at thinly veiled sexual harassment.
Or not so thinly veiled. I was a security officer for many years. Same uniforms as my male counterparts. Like exact same. Made for men so very ill-fitting for women. They started rumblings of changing the uniforms up so we would wear dresses and heels. Think flight attendant. Those rumblings didn't last past us girls saying we would wear them when our male co-workers did. Dresses and heels on 12-hour shifts, where we already cop the abuse and attitude based on our gender, and threats of on the regular. Not freaking likely.
I'm having a hard time trying to imagine a security officer in high heels and short skirt trying to apprehend a NEER do well. Yeah right, that will work absolutely beautiful. Dress appropriately, the right clothes to suit the job. You won't do plumbing in an expensive suit, neither will you try to host a meeting dressed in smelly plumber overalls.
I would have broken an ankle first time I tried to run after someone. The skirt proposed was at least knee length, but yeah, still heck no. They even wanted one of those stupid neck scarf thingies. Yep, first bad guy and I would have been choked. As most management, once they got an idea into their heads, it took some convincing to change their minds. We basically laughed in their faces. In my time they would always point to the trophy wife in the office and complain that us young working girls weren't dressing like the women who had rich husbands to pay the bills. Nice blouses and skirts weren't enough, they had to be the luxe designer brands. In retrospect I think they were trying to cover up how little they paid us, all lipstick on a pig kinda thing.
OP replied. I got that at a later office. We were amongst the lowest paid but they wanted us to dress like executives for their image. We had a very strict code and when I was there, the policy was amended to stop requiring pantyhose. It was like Woodstock in the ladies' restroom.
You should have stuck him with the bill for the uniform he made you buy.
OP replied. Some things are priceless. The look on his face that whole first week, when I came in day after day, was watching someone come to a realization. I don't play chess but I imagine it's like winning a hard match.
Checkmate. Kinda related. I'm living with my friend and her husband right now. Her husband told me he wanted me to dress more feminine. I don't shave my armpits so I thought it would be hilarious to wear a completely feminine outfit that also showed this fact off. He never asked me to dress feminine again, lol.
Does your friend know her husband asked this? I find it really weird and pretty creepy that he would ask you to dress any way at all, as though he has the authority or any reason to do so.
Hey honey, your friend isn't really doing enough to be attractive to me, can we talk to her about that? Served him right. Talk about a pig.
OP replied. Right? So gross. Now understanding what he was after, it makes me laugh how disappointed and confused he must have been looking at his hot assistant dressed like him. I'm middle-aged now and it still tickles me.
I wish I'd been more like you when I was that age. You're rad. Like little dresses with jackets ducking gross.
I'm imagining the voice of Salad Fingers saying that.
Mr. Cumberdale is being rather sexist. That's disgusting. I feel dirty reading this. Glad to see you ruined his fantasies. Brilliant. Shutting down mild/moderate sexism. Politely but hard. And that your BF is now your husband. Even better. I salute you both.
OP replied. I don't know if I've ever been saluted unironically. I kinda like it, can't lie. My philosophy is, in everything, add flair because life is short. I try to have fun with whatever I'm doing.
I'm sure my boss would love it if I started wearing skirts and blouses to meetings, instead of slip-knot shirts and a look of perpetual irritation. Occasionally I just get this pained expression and please dress like an adult.
Hey, I get that phrase all the time too. Also other phrases that HR wouldn't appreciate.
I wish I'd had the wherewithal to do that. Instead, I had my job advisor tell me that my plain white short-sleeved shirt, which happened to be a men's one, was inappropriate. Turned up next time in this frilly polka dot blouse I hated and got an approving lovely. I'm glad people like you and your partner are around. I love this so much on so many levels. Oh man, as soon as I read the title this was gonna be about some creep boss. Glad you guys got one over on him. He was probably jealous that you rocked that look better than he could ever have. I was holding my breath at my boyfriend bought me. Hilarious. Duck business attire, ESP if you are not facing clients. I worked in IT support and got asked to not wear shorts at the office when it's 30 plus Celsius outside. Like that shit is so antiquated boomer shit.